Yeah, okay, I'll get it. Iceland's landscapes are barren, rocky, majestic, and magnetic. It's home to some of the sexiest waterfalls, clearest water, and most majestic looking mountains that create the best cinematics and amazing landscape frames. With winding twists and turns, black sand, and amazing Jurassic frames everywhere you look, it's a true photographer's playground. This is what I captured on my adventure, and I can't wait to hear about yours. This is Iceland.
Well, it has been a very cruisy 7-hour flight to Iceland. I've landed in Reykjavik and I have some travel tips for you. Just behind me here is the first hot spring that I have encountered. It's quite small, just on the outskirts of Reykjavik. When you're coming to this country, everything's really expensive. So what I've done when I've packed my bags is I've gone to Mek in Canada and actually purchased a whole heap of dehydrated meals. I'm hitting the road tomorrow and I plan to travel around the island, do a little bit of the Golden Circle for a little bit, and I think the cheapest way and most efficient way to save some money is actually utilize these Mek meals. All you have to do is heat up some water and chuck it straight in. So I'm getting my protein and my calories. Alongside that, I'll just get some fruit and vegetables. One other thing, if you're a drinker, right now I need a drink. I should have brought some Baileys that I got. Duty free is the best thing to do here. Apparently at duty free, it's the cheapest alcohol, obviously, but there's a huge tax on the alcohol here. Day 2 for me here in Iceland. I've just picked up my beautiful van from Affordable Campers. I'm going to give you a tour of it later on, but the guys have looked after me really well. I love their service. We'll speak more about it later. I'm just about to go to Bonus, which is the cheapest supermarket here in Iceland. I've mentioned a travel tip, and that is to purchase some dehydrated meals from America or from Canada if you're coming from that way to Iceland. I have a boiling kit and a bit of a camper setup, a gas cooker, so I can just boil all of my own food here and create those meals. But I'm also going to need some vegetables, maybe some eggs and things as well. So I'm going to go there, try and save on some money there, and yeah, get ready for my beautiful road trip that I have ahead of me for the next 6 days. Okay, so I've done my grocery shopping. I've got everything in my fridge here, some eggs, some milk, bananas, fruit, some bacon and eggs. Well, I just said eggs twice. Then I've got all of my camping utensils and utilities here, gas cooker, Coffee, of course, we need coffee. Water, I can pretty much fill this up anywhere here. It is not recommended to drink the hot water here from the hot springs due to the high sulfur concentrate, but any of the spring water is fine to drink. Obviously I've got some snacks, and then as well the mech meals, the dehydrated meals that I purchased in Canada. So all in all, whilst I'm here, I'm not really spending too much money on food. The main priority, if you're here on a budget, is spending money on fuel and your camper. But in hindsight, if you're camping out here in Iceland, you've got to think of the camper as your accommodation. I literally say this in every single vlog that I post when it comes to travel, and that is that if you've got your own transportation, wake up early to beat the crowds, because currently I'm at Gullfoss Falls and there is nobody here. This is incredible. If you look around me, the car park is literally empty. Another thing to keep in mind when you're traveling around Iceland is to be very wary of wildlife on the road. Not only wildlife, but in particular livestock. If you hit somebody or a farmer's lamb or cow or horse or whatever, it is legal here that you have to pay for the damages caused. So you have to then compensate a farmer for whatever livestock is now dead. And you probably won't even get to keep the meat. Let's be honest, you're not exactly gonna skin a sheep right on the spot and chuck it in the back and take it down to the beach and cook it up on Black Beach. But keep that in mind. Also, there are lots of birds on the road. Just remember, if you are going to swerve, make sure that there aren't any oncoming vehicles or vehicles behind you trying to overtake. It can be extremely dangerous, and there have been some terrible accidents here when people have tried to swerve out of the way of wildlife. If you are on a bit of a budget whilst you're traveling around Iceland, there are some things that I would recommend you don't skip. There are places like Blue Lagoon and obviously multiple hot springs. I actually have the coordinates to some secret ones. If you send me a message on Instagram or comment below, I might just send them to you. However, there are a lot of commercialized hot springs here that can be excess of $60 Australian or $40 American to actually tend to and enter. The great thing is that there's beer service here. We all like beer. It's a good time if you don't mind spending a little bit of money. Something that I really enjoyed that I didn't think I would at all was whale watching in Husavik. That's the capital of whale watching here in Iceland, up in the north. And I would really recommend doing this. It was about $85 Australian to go and jump onto a boat and go on a 3-hour tour. We actually had so much fun on the tour that the captain had to spend about half an hour extra whilst we were on the boat because we were just having so much fun. And clearly he's passionate about it. The crew was very passionate as well. We had some nice hot chocolate, some croissants. I'd recommend chucking that on the list. I've spoken about it a little bit, but what a lot of photographers do here is they adapt their sleeping patterns. So they've got the 6 hours of golden light that occurs from 9 p.m. until around 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. There's just a couple of hours of blue hour in between. If you do adapt yourself to that sleeping pattern, the fantastic thing is that obviously there aren't so many tourists, but if you're not willing to go out of your way to completely adapt your sleeping pattern, you may be traveling with some other people that just want to live a normal life. Well, what you can do is visit some of the off-grid places. Currently, I'm standing in the West Fjords, which is northwest of Reykjavik in Iceland, and I'm pretty much all alone out here. The landscape this time of year really resembles New Zealand and Tasmania, some elements of Australia. and it is just beautiful. There's seal watching, which is all free. There's puffins on the side of the shore right now. I can see some, and I just think it's phenomenal to go to these off-grid places where there aren't so many tourists. Throughout my travels around Iceland, I have developed some presets due to the lighting conditions that are here right now. And these presets are available for download below. I think you should check them out, and if you're a budding photographer, you may really enjoy it. Even if you're just an Instagrammer with a timer on your phone, some of these presets may be very beneficial for what you're trying to showcase on your newsfeed. The first one is called Moody Foss. It's based off Skogafoss Falls, which is on the south coast. Here is the image that I based this off. I really like this photo. It's probably one of the best photos that I've taken, my personal preference, since I have been here, but that's included in the pack. There's also another one called Fairy Floss, which is based off the beautiful sunsets that we have here. I'm a huge fan of magenta vibrancy, and this just kind of ticks all the boxes with the right lighting conditions to just plop this one in on there. There's also one other. I really hope you've enjoyed this video that I've laid out for you, and good luck on your Icelandic adventures. Don't forget to download my presets. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out my Instagram, and feel free to send me a message on Instagram as well if you have any questions about Iceland. I'm more than happy to help everyone. I really love this passion and craft, which is photography, the whole process, everything. Don't forget to smile so everyone wonders what you've been up to, and I'll see you in the next video.